In this video, I will be responding to SecureTeam10's criticism of Tom DeLonge and To the Stars Academy team. But before I begin, I want to make it crystal clear that the SecureTeam10 footage I will be using falls under fair use because I will be engaging in criticism and commentary.
Mr. Tom DeLonge, who, if many of you remember, last year created his company called To the Stars Academy, basically promising the world to the UFO community, and that through this company, he would expose the truth behind the alien and UFO phenomenon, initiate groundbreaking discoveries in both science and technology, even promising to build one of these anti-gravity spacecraft.
Regarding building a spacecraft, I think it should be underscored that To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science has not even been in operation for 5 months. And even a conventional craft like a 747 or an F-16 takes a while to construct, let alone a craft based on UFO technology. So I don't think it should come to any surprise that some of the objectives that they have laid out before them have not yet been accomplished. And in regards to your comment regarding exposing the truth behind the alien and UFO phenomenon, I actually think that To the Stars Academy have revealed some very interesting insights and facts regarding the UFO phenomenon so far. For example, on a recent Coast to Coast AM interview with Luis Elizondo, who was the former head of the UFO program in the Pentagon, otherwise known as Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ATIP, revealed that some of the reports he received during his tenure there conveyed that some of the witnesses of the UAP would experience a weird loss of time perception, conveying that it almost felt like time stood still. In some other cases, witnesses of UAP technology would look at their watch, realize 30 minutes has elapsed, and not have the foggiest idea how that could have possibly happened. In other cases, some witnesses felt a little bit of nauseousness as a result of either engaging or witnessing the UAP technology, and Elizondo said that it could be, at least in principle, technologically related to what occurs in Cuba sometimes with some of the staff members at the embassies, where apparently it is believed by some that they are being attacked by some sort of sonic weaponry. Perhaps the UAP technology at times also engages in such technology, although it would be a different manifestation of that technology, but the principle would be somewhat the same. Luis Elizondo recounts that there were incidences that came across his desk in which UAP interfered with Department of Defense technology by manipulating those technologies and in some instances disabling them, doing so in a way that is disadvantageous to those Department of Defense technologies. Now, some of you would interject telling me that most, if not all, of what I just conveyed that Luis Elizondo revealed on the Coast to Coast AM show has already been presented in past UFO literature. My response to that would be, there is enormous value to have it relayed by the ex-head of the UFO program in the Pentagon, because it brings an even higher level of substantiation to the truth of how UAP technologies have interacted with humanity. I also think To the Stars Academy has done a great job in explaining the criteria necessary for an object to be deemed something that cannot be easily explained, and therefore we just don't know what it is. And I believe the reason for this is because of the high-level personnel on the To the Stars Academy team, such as Luis Elizondo, who was trained to examine these objects, such as Steve Justice, who spent his life developing the most advanced aircraft in the world, and such as Hal Puthoff, who is a renowned physicist. Here's another argument made by Tyler of SecureTeam10.
And so since this company went live, you can see right here on his website that he has raised over $2 million since then. And with only 2,907 investors, which is kind of strange to me, because when you have a number like $2.5 million and that low of a number of investors, that would mean that on average, every investor would have had to put in around $850, which again is strange to me. Because if you look at all of the major crowdfunding campaigns on whichever crowdfunding websites, you'll be able to calculate that on average, most people donate between $30 and $40. And that's from the smallest to the largest crowdfunding projects that you can find online.
The glaring problem with your analysis is you're comparing donating money to a website like GoFundMe, at least that's what I think you're referencing, compared to actually buying stock shares in a company. Obviously, when people buy stock shares with the hope of actually getting returns on their investment, they're going to be more inclined to invest more money than people who are donating to sites like GoFundMe. So you're making an apples and oranges comparison, and that is why I find your analysis to be problematic. Just imagine what the average investment is for certain stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, for example.
The most we've gotten basically from Tom or his company is the releasing of 2 grainy UFO videos.
What makes these videos significant more than anything else is the fact that these are the first UFO videos ever released by the United States government. But I would go even further. These are the first videos of gun camera footage showcasing a UAP that has ever been released by any government in the history of the world. Now, some people will interject and convey to me that no, we had footage of Chile, the Chilean event, and there was the Mexican event, but I don't buy into that. Those are questionable at best. The difference is what happened, for example, and particularly in the Nimitz incident, is an actual F-18 was asked to intercept the UAP and consequently got footage of the UAP. And this specific UAP was doing engagements with the Nimitz strike force for 2 weeks. And it wasn't even just that UFO, it was multiple UFOs, multiple Tic Tac UFOs. So what I'm trying to get at is, it is established that this is an actual UAP. It's not like some weird, funny thing that the gun camera footage actually just happened to see, but it was an UAP intercept. I mean, that is groundbreaking. Secondly, with the release of this footage and with the revelation that Luis Elizondo headed a program in the Pentagon studying UAP, To the Stars Academy, with the release of this data, has single-handedly verified, without any doubt whatsoever, that the United States did not stop studying UFOs in 1969 with the close of Project Blue Book. Just by verifying this fact is a momentous accomplishment. Beyond this, To the Stars Academy has triggered a firestorm across all of mainstream media covering the UFO phenomenon, the likes of which we have never seen in the history of mainstream media. And the sheer impact of this simply cannot be overstated. It's going to ripple out into the future, years from now, decades from now, in changing the landscape of network news and what they're willing to cover and how seriously they're willing to take the subject of UFOs. I would love to know another time in history that a Top Gun pilot has been interviewed across mainstream media, in television and print, numerous times regarding his experience of engaging an actual UAP. Or how about can you show me a comparable situation in which a former head of a government program studying UFOs has been interviewed countless times across all forms of mainstream media? I've never seen it before. It's never happened before. To the Stars Academy are the progenitors of this. They deserve incredible credit for this. And quite frankly, this is not trivial. This is intensely significant. Beyond all that, To the Stars Academy has gotten the attention of the United States Congress, y'all. When the story broke regarding the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, former Senator Harry Reid had his phone ringing off the hook because there were many members in Congress calling him saying, hey, I'm also interested in the UFO phenomenon, but I never wanted to admit to it because I was always worried about being ridiculed. Harry Reid believes that the time is right to engage a formal inquiry, a congressional hearing on the UAP subject matter that is affecting our world. And To the Stars Academy is also involved in helping Harry Reid to get that congressional hearing to be undertaken. Let me tell you something. If there are congressional hearings for the Congress regarding the UFO subject matter, that is groundbreaking. That could have a huge impact as to how we as a society move forward in our acknowledgement of the reality that indeed we are being visited by UFOs. So the notion that all we've gotten from To the Stars Academy is 2 videos showing grainy film of UFOs fails when even a modicum of scrutiny is given to that proposition. Tyler goes on to talk about how To the Stars Academy used a mylar balloon as a slide to represent the Tic Tac UFO. Well, I would agree this is a significant blunder, and To the Stars Academy should have put for representation purposes only on that slide, and they failed to do so. But guess what? I've made mistakes in my YouTube videos. I'm sure Tyler has made mistakes. Furthermore, I'm very willing to forgive To the Stars Academy for this on the basis of everything I've been talking about, of which they have accomplished through their efforts. Now, at this point, I can hear people saying, why are you such a cheerleader for Tom DeLonge and To the Stars Academy? Why are you supporting them in their efforts? And my response to that is not an argument. You have to tell me why I should not support Tom DeLonge and why I should not support To the Stars Academy, because otherwise you're just giving me platitudes. And in turn, I would ask you why you're so antagonistic and hostile to the Stars Academy and Tom DeLonge. What is your argument? I want people to realize that disclosure is going to come from the government. It's not going to come from Stephen Bassett. It's not going to come from Stephen Greer. It's not going to come from Richard Dolan. It's not going to come from anyone like this. It's certainly not going to come from me. It's going to come from the government. So do you want to continue living in the status quo where academia, where science, where media, and the like all reject the reality that we're being visited by UFOs? Or do you want to change the paradigm so that these structures start to accept the reality that we are indeed being visited by UFOs? That is a question you're going to have to ask yourself. To end this video, I just want to say I have no issues with Tyler of SecureTeam10. In fact, he's a rather impressive individual. I see him uploading videos to his channel at all hours of the day. Few people hustle like he does on the YouTube platform, and he deserves a lot of credit for that, and he has a really unique channel, and of course you've probably already heard of him, but regardless, the link to his video that I responded to is below. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope that you will subscribe, because there's going to be so many more videos just like it, and I should let you know that I also have a Patreon account as well as a merch shop. Links below. I'll see you in the next episode.